What's up there, you guys? This is going to be your daily tarot guidance reading for Wednesday, May the 2nd, 2018. Okay, so we have some cards that flew out. So we have the Magician card. We have the Call, which is the Judgment card that flew out. Okay, so let's see what the collective energies are surrounding Wednesday. Let's see. I have a lot of major arcanas coming out. The Wheel of Fortune came out. Oh my God. The High Priestess and Patience, which is the Temperance, with the Two of Pentacles at the bottom. So all these the whole spread is major. The whole entire spread. So it's something significant going on today. A lot of strong energy. Wow. Okay. So we have the Magician card as the overall energy. And I definitely feel like energies, I feel like something is coming down to surface. You know, this is a day where things are manifesting, and when I say that, I don't mean it in a loose way like, oh, you just manifest your desires and your dreams and all that. I'm not meaning it in that sense. It's more so about the things that are subconscious become conscious, or the things that are hidden become known or become revealed or shown to you. And it's a very powerful energy in that way. um It's like energy. It's a very mysterious energy, especially with the Magician and the High Priestess together in one spread. Definitely, I feel they're both representing polar opposite energies, as above, so below, and so does the Temperance card usually. So there's some sort of energy. It's like an alchemy energy. It's combining forces. This could even be a day of some major shift or transition, I feel, especially in the matters of the heart. That for those of you seeking guidance on relationships with others, it's definitely a day. And then you have the Two of Pentacles. So it's like you have these polar opposites, these balancing energies in this spread. With the challenge aspect about this, or the obstacle, you have the Call, which is the Judgment card. I feel the challenge with this energy is definitely going to be using your discernment with certain things, or seeing or hearing things and believing in what you're picking up. You really have to listen to your discernment, and I feel at this point a lot of you don't trust your intuition. If you do, it's very light. You're starting to be very conflicted with a lot of things that you've been receiving or seeing. But I just feel like you're going to see the manifestation of your subconscious mind, or the things that were hidden. A lot of things are going to be revealed. That's the strongest energy I keep picking up. The Wheel of Fortune as your suggested approach. I feel like Spirit wants you to go in the flow of the changes. Like, so there's just a transitioning, there's an energy that's taking place that you really can't control. There's no need for you to try to force something or try to stop what's happening, stop time. It's like you're really just going to have to flow with where things are going, where this energy is, where it's taking you. Because it's like the Wheel of Fortune is like the cycles of the universe. The seasons change inevitably. We can't stop the seasons from changing. So it's like you can't stop whatever is moving. So you kind of just have to ride the wave of it. And it might even cause you to feel, slightly imbalanced. But I feel it's all for your highest good. And I feel like Spirit's bringing something together. Because this looks like a clock almost. And it has like a heart-shaped, like a heart on top of it. So it's like there's something in the matters of the heart, and it's like Spirit's just telling you to trust this. Because I feel, it's like the karmic wheel. Really, that's what the Wheel of Fortune represents. The wheel of karma and destiny and fate and all of those things. They're the concepts of fate and destiny and karma. Everyone has their own perception of what that is. But just know that whatever your perception of those things are, it's actually involved in this. And I feel like you need to trust where it's taking you. With the High Priestess card as your suggested focus, I feel like Spirit's telling you to focus on things internally rather than what you're receiving on the outside, because sometimes what's going on the outside doesn't really reflect what's going on internally. But I feel like when you're in touch with what's going on subconsciously, or what's going on, not really so much subconsciously, but what's going on an internal level, how you feel, what you're picking up, the more it's going to magnify something in your outer experience. Or maybe that's what Spirit's trying to show you, the power of your mind, the power of your thoughts, the power of your feelings and your emotions, and what they're creating and what they're manifesting. So it's like you really have to trust your judgment with whatever it is that is being projected outwardly, because it's coming from you. This isn't really so much something outside of yourself. These energies are a reflection of something going on within yourself. So you have patience as the conclusion, which is the temperance. I feel like it's going to definitely teach you the value of time. And the thing about time is it's an illusion. There's no such thing as time. And when we say we have to have patience, we have to wait on divine timing, what we're really saying is we have to align up with something. And I feel like it's going to teach you as to why so-called timing or patience is vital, because when you try to speed up things, you recognize in the past, like if I have wanted something to go out, a certain way, pan out or unfold and manifest in a specific way or at that time, if I look back, I really wasn't ready. You can say something like that. Like you could come to that conclusion that as they say, divine timing, you got to wait on divine timing. You got to have patience. And when we hear that, we kind of get itchy, and it's kind of like, oh, shut up. Like, I don't want to hear that. Like, that's stupid. Or, why do I have to have patience? Why do I have to wait? Why can't I just have it now? So it's kind of like, think of it this way too. So, say for instance, you're baking a cake and you have this craving for this chocolate cake. You want it so bad. You want it to come out the oven. But if you take it out too early, it's still mushy inside. It's not really necessarily edible in the way that you imagine it to be. You would still eat it probably if you're that greedy, but you won't be satisfied because you have a vision of a fluffy cake, a full on iced and fluffy cake. You don't want something that's half-assed, that's not fully cooked. So that's how we have to look at certain things. So I feel like you're going to learn that patience is key, because it's really just saying patience and timing really is just saying that your energy has to line up with in a vibration of something. So if I want that cake and it's not ready, I'm not in the vibration to eat that cake, obviously, because it's not ready and I'm not ready for what I'm asking for. If I'm asking for, a lot of people, this is their thing, relationships, career, and finances. That's everyone's biggest concern in life, usually. So let's say you want a relationship and you're asking for marriage, but at the same time, you still like your own company, you still like to relax, you don't really like sharing with people already, you kind of have trust issues, you got all these different things going on, and you're asking for a relationship that requires trust. You're asking for a relationship that requires you share your life with someone. And that means sharing your space, sharing your time and energy to some extent. That's a little more than that you're giving now to, or what you're dealing with now. You have to give more to or give more to someone else. And it's like you're asking for that, but spirit's like your vibration is not aligned for a marriage. You're not in that frequency. You can say that's what you want, but that doesn't mean that you're not going to get it. It's all about naturally getting to that vibration, and you can't force it because it's not natural. There's things that maybe you have to learn about trust issues, things you have to learn about, giving and sharing with others, maybe, that you can't force that type of stuff. So it's like you kind of have to learn and go through navigating your own vibration and how to fine tune it to where you're going. And that takes some patience and that does take time. So that's why Spirit's stressing that, and that could be the wheel of fortune, the timing of fate and destiny, the cycles of the universe. We go through cycles and seasons, so it's like you gotta fine tune yourself to adjust to the temperature. Spring, I gotta dress for the occasion. It's winter, I gotta dress for the occasion. I have to adjust my body to line up with that that energy, that time of year. So it's kind of like when you're asking for something. You want a car, but you're not good with finances. You're spending all your money on one thing, or you can't really catch up with your bills, or you're not responsible with the car you have now. It's like spirits teaching you, okay, you can have that car, but you need to get ready for that car. You need to work on this, you need to work on that. So it's not the spirit saying you can't have what you want, but are you matching that frequency? You want someone who's faithful and honest, and you want someone who has this and has that, but it's like, okay, are you just gonna be the bum where this person is like, financially established, this person is a faithful lover, and you're someone who can't even keep a promise to your friends? It's like, it's these type of things that you have to take into consideration. Like, you can't force what you're not ready for. Your vibration has to line up, and when it does, you're going to manifest it because you are in the right space for it. But the reason why it's not manifesting is because you're not in that space to receive it, along with other factors too. But that's just what I'm getting right now. That's the major energy. Okay, so all right, so let's see what love energy is about for today. So May the 2nd. Oh, hold on. Okay. Teach comes out, which is the Hierophant. Major energies. Just Breathe, which is the Four of Swords energy. Okay, so you have Love Abounds, which is the Ace of Cups. The Seven of Daydreams and Decisions, Seven of Cups. And Conclusion, which is the Rest and Reconsider, Nine of Wands energy. Bottom card is Trust, the Fool card. Okay. So you have overall energy as the High Priestess, or the Hierophant, sorry. So the Hierophant, overall energy is that when it comes to your love situation, and when I say love, it's not just subject to romantic love. It could be love from, different types of partnerships and relationships with others. It could also be something in the matters of the heart that you're very much invested and focused upon. So you're learning or you're teaching. So either love or someone or something is teaching you, or you're teaching someone something today. It could be vice versa. It could be exactly both in a perfect balance, showing you something. It's also, I feel like you can learn something about your past self, your younger self, yourself from 2 years ago, yourself as a child. You can learn something from children, possibly. Maybe children might say something to you that's very profound. But in order to really understand what you're being taught, or how to really accept what Spirit's showing you or what you could learn, you have to have an open heart, and you have to have a balanced mind in order to really understand what's being conveyed to you by Spirit through these people or circumstances today. It could also be you have to be in a state of, a open heart, a peaceful heart, and a peace of mind in order to teach something to others or show something very valuable to another person. Because I feel like you do have some vital information or some sort of wisdom to share, and so does someone else or others. But you're going to be shown a lot of profound things in a way that it's showing you something. It's teaching you something about your beliefs. Maybe you're showing or teaching people something about their beliefs in a way. But it's something profound, and I feel like it's teaching you to have faith in a sense, or to trust in your heart. It's one of those energies. So you have Just Breathe as your challenge position, which is the Four of Swords. So you're conflicted by, I feel like there's a conflict with understanding what it is that your higher self is trying to relay to you. You might be having a hard time with understanding your dreams right now, okay? You could be having some very lucid, very profound dreams right now, and you might not understand what they're relate, what type of message is, what's the symbolism behind it. I feel also that there's a part of you that's in balance. So it's like maybe you're having a hard time with balancing out the logic and or your conscious and your subconscious mind. They're out of alignment with each other. They're not really balanced. You're not really clear on something mentally. You might need to take some time out and disconnect just to find that peace of mind and reflect upon something. With the love abounds, which is the Ace of Cups energy and your suggested approach, with all heart matters today, Spirit's really telling you to have an open heart. And I feel you have to be vulnerable in a sense to where it may hurt to be vulnerable and open up to someone, especially if you feel guided to express yourself to people, especially if you know, it could be a day where you're purging and releasing a lot of things, which therefore is helping your heart chakra to heal. It's helping you to open your heart. So in some way, it may be painful to address something, or it may be very, very uncomfortable for you to trust and open up, or even trust yourself. It could be like, I'm just getting like this big ache and pain to even with the thought of even trusting something or someone, because just like you just don't anymore. It could feel like you don't know who to trust anymore, or you don't know what to trust anymore, even if it's spirit, or you can't trust yourself. It's like you're at a point, it's almost like you have to break down in order for your heart to open up. Like literally, it's causing you to surrender. And those are where we receive our biggest breakthroughs, is when we just break down to the point of surrendering. Like we have no choice but to surrender. And it's at the most painful moments, or at the darkest moments, where we just surrender, where we receive a breakthrough. And I feel like that's what it is. But simply, I feel like Spirit's telling you to approach things with an open heart, and maybe even work on your heart chakra. So your biggest focus, or your suggested focus, is daydreams and decisions, which is the Seven of Cups. So you're being guided to focus upon, I feel, the imagination aspect, but not so much where you're just daydreaming and fantasizing, but in a way where you're meditating on your feelings. So if you've ever, I don't, I'm sure everybody's done this, but usually at night, before you go to bed, you kind of just reflect on everything, and that's when you hear your most deepest thoughts and feelings, when right before you go to bed, and you just kind of sit there and you lie in bed and you feel things the most at that point. And it's almost like a meditative state that you're in. It really is a meditative state, but because it's where you're most vulnerable in that state, when you're about to go to sleep, that's when your mind really speaks its truth. That's when your heart can really feel, or you can really feel whatever's going on emotionally within you. So I feel like Spirit's telling you in those moments, that's where you're going to make your decisions, or where you possibly need to consider something, or making a decision. Consider choosing, or an option of something in the matters of the heart, because you have all of these fears, you have all of these illusions and fantasies and daydreams. Maybe you have multiple lovers you have to choose between. Maybe you have different ideals of love. Maybe you have many different paths in life that you want to take. There's so many different things that you can, think about, that may be important to you right now, that's coming up, and you might have to make decisions about those things. But when you're in that meditative state, and it doesn't have to necessarily be before sleep, it could be when you're going through meditation. Really pay attention to the things that come up, and the things that's being brought to your attention. And it could even be through your sleep and your dreams, that's showing you something. um Rest and reconsider is your conclusion. So you're going to have to take a step back and reconsider something. And it's going to require you to just trust and take a leap of faith. And it's going to be damn near scary to do it. But it's of your highest good, I feel. Because I feel like you're worried about what you're going to get out of the deal. Giving and receiving card is the Six of Pentacles. You're wanting to know whatever it is that you're putting in, is it going to be 50-50, or whatever it is that you're asking to receive, is it going to be worth something? If I put in my faith, Spirit, are you going to promise me that what I'm going to get out of it is worth it? So I feel like that's the biggest fear, is what's going to come out of it. What's the outcome? What am I going to receive? Rather than following and navigating your heart. And that's what Spirit wants you to do. All right. So So let's do a pick a card, and we're going to conclude this reading. If you guys are interested in a personal reading with me, you guys, be sure to check out the description box below. The link to my website is in the description box. All you guys have to do is sign up before purchasing a reading. Also, if you guys are interested in private emergency readings, if you guys are impatient or you just absolutely need a personal reading or emergency reading, you guys can hit me up as well for that. I will leave it in the description box below for emergency readings. Once you purchase it, you'll receive your reading within 24 hours. Also, at any time, you guys can hit me up on Instantgo for quick mini readings, quick question readings. Instantgo is a mobile app for iPhone users only for quick question readings or instant answers. All right. Everything you need to know will be in the description box below. All right. So Divine Spirit asks for highest guidance, truth, and clarity, that whatever cards come out, that whoever is drawn to these cards, that the message be received with clear insight, truth, love, and clarity and healing. Thank you. 3 cards is what I'm going to do as always. Okay. So I'll give you guys a moment to meditate upon the cards that resonate with you the most. And then we're going to pull the cards, obviously. So I'll give you guys a moment to meditate on the cards. Okay. Start with this deck pile. Okay, so if you were drawn to this card, you have Wise Leader. You are a beacon for others. Okay. Bottom card is Rejuvenating Rain, Clear the Past, and Heal the Present. So I'm going to look at what the book says, if I can find it. Okay. Because I like to read from the book because it gives you more of insight into the meaning of these cards. So the Wise Leader says, you are a leader. You carry a wisdom and radiance that inspires others. Even if you're not always aware of the depth of wisdom within you, it's emerging by leaps and bounds. This is a time to step into your power and take a role of leadership. You are ready. Grab the reins. Make decisions. It's okay if you're not 100% sure. Make decisions anyway. It's a wise... I don't know why I keep saying that. It's what a leader does, okay? On the journey, it's easy to tell who the leaders are. They have an inner grace and strength that glows from within. Others travel on the pathways that the leaders have created. The wise leaders hold up the flame as a torch for others in the darkest night. But the leader also listens to the beat of their own drum. Grab the reins of life on your own terms. Don't live to please and appease others to the detriment of your own needs. This is not what a leader does. Live without regrets. Okay, that's your message. All right, card 2. Surrender to the journey, release control. This card comes out a lot. Okay, so surrendering to the journey. Says it's time to let go. All is well. The Creator is at your side. This is not the time to try to control the details of your life. Let it flow. There are times to hold on, but this is the time to completely surrender. Surrender to the greater forces of the universe. Let go of wanting to control your future. Simply turn your challenges over to the spiritual source. The Creator will escort you on your journey. Surrendering is not giving up. You're not yielding to a force outside of yourself. You're opening to your soul. By releasing holds, you allow the creative force of the universe to spiral through you, which brings inspiration and direction into your life. Sometimes the journey goes a different way than expected. When it does, don't resist. There are times you can see the path, but you don't know where it leads. Not knowing where you're going can activate inspiration, insight, and creative juices. You cannot discover new oceans and distant vistas unless you have the courage to let go of the shore. You don't have to do it all yourself. Support is all around you. Simply open your heart and allow it in. Okay. In the flow, everything is smooth sailing. Okay, let's see. I never saw that card before, I don't think. It's my first time seeing it. I haven't seen every card in this deck. So it says, let go of the shore. Enter the flow. You're moving into a period of gracious ease and flow. All is unfolding perfectly and with good timing. Everything is falling into place because you aren't resisting the drift of the great river of life. Enjoy the ride. This isn't the time to try to control the events of your life. Let the great creator support you. You don't have to do it all yourself. The glory of the universe flows through you. It's not always easy to let go of the shore. However, this card is urging you to take a risk and let go. When you are truly in the flow, you don't need to push or exert your effort to make things happen. You can flow around any obstacle. If there is a situation in your life that isn't falling into place, let it go. This is not the right time. When you're in a state of flow, you're pushing the river to go faster and you aren't swimming against it. You just enjoy the ride. If you aren't feeling the smooth current of life, it might mean that you're trying to control situations in your life or you're being self-critical or judgmental. The way to move into flow is through gratitude and appreciation and by allowing others in spirit to support and help you. Okay? That is your reading, you guys. I hope that this reading resonates with whomever it's meant to resonate with, that it's helpful and insightful. Much love to you guys as always. I'll see you in the next reading. Peace.